Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerds with the Creative Podcast.
We're back.
We're back in action like a fraction. Charlie, where are we at?
A different place. It's a new place. There's a kangaroo looking at me.
I love how insane you sound, A, to the audio users, and
yes.
B, to anyone even watching this, because the kangaroo is not visible in the camera at the moment.
It's up there for anyone watching. If you're not watching, then I don't know what to tell you.
And now, honestly, we sound insane. Vinny, edit that out.
No, I will not be editing that out. I think I'm good.
Let's
Vinny's
go.
in the room.
Dude, live and in person from the great state of West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
We have the Vincent John Correale IV.
I'm here.
Are you actually the fourth?
The fourth? Yeah,
okay,
legally speaking.
Because Dalton and I had a discussion recently.
Can we talk about that?
That I'm not actually the third. I
I
told him I was the
legally
third.
speaking,
but...
like it's on my legal name, so
well,
documented.
Yeah. So,
but your father is Vincent John whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's the exact same name as yours.
His middle name is James.
Okay, see, yeah,
but
it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
But legally, his is the third, and mine is the fourth. I don't think the middle name actually
That's interesting. I feel like you shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, I did, and I am.
Like it's on.
I didn't do it.
It's on your license.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I would show everyone, but
no, I wish I had. I wish I had done that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, what was that? There was a whole bit for a while. You were like, I think I'm the seventh.
Yes. Okay. So what happened was,
We're just getting right into it.
Yeah. No. I was out of town, I think, and while I was out of town, my parents were like looking up, like my dad's parents and stuff like that, and their parents. And as they were going back, they realized there was like before Vinny, like the first, his father's name was Vincenzo.
Whoa!
And so like
Vincenzo.
it went from Vincenzo to Vincent, and so before that there was
what is
like,
that like?
Vincenzo is like Italian.
I would say if that's
Italian
anything other than
version of it.
Italian, it's
I think when they like
lie.
moved to America, they changed like the American version, which is Vincent. And so like before that, there was like 3 others that were also Vincenzo. So we were like, am I technically kind of like the 7th? So it was like it's kind of like crazy, like because like Vincenzo is just like the Italian version of Vincent. So
yeah, man, that's too many. 7 is too many. Yeah, you need to stop that ish.
No, I can't, bro. I got it.
You're right. That's why I was like, I will never have. I'm Charles A. Morris. My father was Charles A. Morris. His father was Charles A. Morris.
Okay.
And I was like, it ends with me.
Really?
Yes, because if I name my son Charles A. Morris and he's the 4th, then he has to keep it going forever.
3 is like the make or break.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
like,
really?
Charlie,
we have a trilogy.
I do have an idea for you. All right.
Okay.
Have a dog. And name the dog the 4th.
No, absolutely
That'd
not.
Be crazy.
I'm
Carry it
incredibly
on.
passionate about.
When the dog has a kid, you'll name her Charles.
Do you guys want to know the second most popular dog name in America for like 10 years straight?
Charlie.
It's Charlie.
Is it actually Charlie?
I've met more dogs with my name than people. And I hate it. If you have a dog named Charlie, like I'm not going to say I hate
never
you,
knew that.
but I don't. I have issues.
I know at least 4 dog Charlies now.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I'm
like
sure
I've
you
never
do.
met a dog Charlie. I mean, that might be just because like we name my family names our dog like weird names. Like we have a dog named Mocha, and then another dog named like Mallow.
Those are great dog names.
Dog names, yeah. Like
Yeah,
Charlie,
not
I've
actual people
never heard
names.
as like a dog name before.
No, yeah, so many.
Yeah.
Word. Well, let's dive into the good stuff here.
Ooh.
So,
Like-
Vinny, what how do you find yourself here today? What makes you worthy of sitting in the seat?
I mean, just you gotta get the connects. You know what I'm saying? Like I got connected, and so like now I'm here.
That's real. You wanna break down the story for the people?
Oh, are we going like all the way back, like to the beginning of like,
Well,
like how we met,
God created the heavens and the earth.
or like how
Well, okay.
I got a part of.
Okay, so first thing I'll start with is you work here. You work for us,
Yes.
right? So who are you? What do you do? And what does your day-to-day look like?
Well, my day-to-day, it's always changing up. Well, I'm a Dalton's assistant / a social media guy for, like, the company. And I don't know. I kind of do whatever Dalton tells me to do.
That's true.
That's what most people who work at Nerd Creative Agency do.
Yeah, that's
actually.
real.
It's just, you can have a title, but really, you just kind of
It's just like you just go to his every whim.
Right.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my day-to-day, I mean, like, I, edit some things Dalton doesn't want to edit, do some sales stuff Dalton doesn't want to do, run the social media posts Dalton doesn't want to post.
Yeah.
Write some, contracts, things like that Dalton doesn't want to do. So, like, anything Dalton doesn't want to do, that's what I'm here for.
So real. But yeah, no, you do the tasks. You do a lot of the day-to-day tasks that clog up my day.
Yeah.
So I give them to you. I gave a whole job of just doing the little paperwork and the
so you
the
can have
small
some
edits
free
and
time to
stuff.
do the big stuff.
Like play video games
What?
on
I was
Twitch.
going to say, what is the big stuff,
Yeah, the big
though?
stuff.
Really?
Yeah, no, I on most days I have bigger fish to fry than, converting PNGs to PDFs and things of the sort.
Sure. Yeah, that's all I do. That's all I do, guys.
Yeah, 100%. But no, an essential part of the team. We have had exponential growth in the last year, and I'm not gonna say it's solely you. A lot of different people have picked up a lot of slack in different areas.
Oh wait,
but
and another thing I do is I edit these podcasts. So.
this is true. This is true.
Yes.
But
gotta mention that.
this the growth is definitely due to the efficiency that you've brought to the team.
Just a little bit.
You kind of mediate everybody's jobs together and like make everyone else's a little smoother.
Yeah.
And that is perfect. Word. So how did for the people that don't know, how'd you get the job?
How did I get the job?
I don't even know how this happened, honestly.
Bro, honestly, I was just, I kind of like made friends with Dalton, and then like over time as we got closer together, like I was like, I had a job at Subway, for those of you who didn't know. And then like while I was at Subway, Dalton was like, "Yo, you want to have some little like work to do on the side?" And so I was like, "All right, sure." And so then I just started doing little things like that, and then like it just started growing, and then I was like, "I guess I'm a part of the company now." And then I quit Subway. Yo,
let's go.
But yeah,
I want eventually, when we get like an office, like a full studio, I want to have a like artifacts hall where we put different like it's almost like a museum room where we put
that's amazing.
Where
that's
we
an
put,
amazing
like,
idea.
That's where like okay, when it gets there, not to get ahead of it, but when it gets there, when it's Buck's time to go, I would love to honor Buck and put a bumper in the museum.
Why did you go to Buck first?
Because he's just been such a huge part of this company.
Just your trail of thought is interesting.
Right? I want to give Buck a proper spot.
What's Buck?
I agree. Buck the truck.
Yeah,
you saw him outside.
Charlie's truck that has been an essential part of these productions. And,
I've known that car longer than
Vinny, throw up an
most
image
people,
of that.
actually.
But yeah, no, and I want to put like different like props for music videos, really like unique outfits that were made for like one video. It's kind of like a museum of stuff that we've done. In that museum, I want there to be a corner of it that is all of the t-shirts, jerseys, name tags from all the old jobs that I've retired people from. I want to get like a Chick-fil-A shirt, like a Publix shirt, the Subway jersey.
Yeah. Bro, I forgot to bring it. I meant to bring it with me. And
we just got to put it in like shadow boxes. It's just like
it's a good idea.
It's just like in memory of all the corporate companies that we upset.
Yep.
But yeah.
Bye-bye.
Word. So dive in a little bit. How do you know me? Like
well, we actually met like years. How long ago was it now? Like maybe like 7 or 8 years?
Somewhere. It's approaching 10.
Woo, man. Too long.
Yeah.
But we met through Minecraft, which is like a completely like unusual like how did I end up here? But like we met through a Christian Minecraft group.
Yeah, I was playing good old Hypixel Skywars one day, and this fella in the chat.
This happened to both of us, like separate occasions.
Yeah, he types in chat. Any Christians that do not swear want to join my Minecraft Skype group, and we did, and
we just make crosses.
Yeah,
every day.
He was there
all day.
Made some solid friends.
Yeah,
and,
we just talked over Skype and played some Minecraft.
And then eventually, over the years, the group fell apart. We stayed in contact and ended up. I mean, we used to not live too terribly far from each other.
You were the homies who stayed together.
Literally, out of the friend group.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for a while, we only lived probably, 7 hours away from each other.
Yeah, now we're a bit farther.
Yeah, and so, anytime I would go to, Disney World on vacation or something, I'd be able to, pop in and say, hey, because you were kind of near there. But, yeah, and we, you get down here a couple times a year, hang out.
Sir.
You probably spend a good month out of your year in Georgia.
Literally,
I feel like.
yeah.
And
it's getting to that point.
With the business, it's hopefully going to be more.
Yes, so as it grows.
Yes, sir. Word. Well, now that we're here, let's talk a little bit about this new facility that we find ourselves in. So the official name for this new building, is Studio 2. So down the hall, we've got Studio 1.
I thought the official name would be Dalton's house. But
unofficially, Dalton's living room.
These are definitely rooms in my rental house. But Studio 1 over there, that's, the music studio, the editing suite, where the magic happens.
And where the Twitch streaming occurs.
Also where the video gaming happens.
Catch them Wii videos.
Hold on just a second.
This is awkward.
Hey, Michael, you're on the podcast. What do you have to say?
Which podcast are we on?
Mine?
The only one that you could be on.
Hey, you need to get some good guests on there.
I mean, we got Vinny.
You've got Vinny. Okay, so you finally get that, but you've got the good guests.
Yeah.
Michael approved, baby.
Let's go.
All right, cool. I'll call you later. See ya.
Dalton Dad cameo. Let's go.
Does that count as having your dad on the podcast?
I guess.
I mean, for a very long, since the beginning, Dalton has wanted our parents to be on the podcast for some reason.
Huh.
So,
never worked out?
Huh?
Just never happened?
We haven't done it yet.
No, I mean, my mom will never be on this thing. That'll never happen.
Is there a dollar amount?
No. It's not even a me thing. She would never want to do it.
Fair enough.
Dang.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we're here, Studio 2. And this is where the podcast happens. We're gonna get a lot of reels, content, things like that are gonna happen in here as well. It's gonna be pretty legit. Eventually, we're gonna mount up a TV over here and get some, reaction videos, things of the sort.
Oh, now
down.
You look crazy because no one can
over
see
here
where
he's
you're
off camera.
gesturing to.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to start doing some music video
over
reactions.
here next to that pot of gold and that leprechaun.
Leprechaun?
I know you guys can't see it, but it's there.
Bro, I hate leprechauns, bro.
What's wrong with leprechauns?
They're tiny and they're
because they're ginger.
Yes, because they're ginger.
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
I want to.
I
want a bunch of ginger so bad right now,
I got a
bro.
ginger beard, man. I'm at least half ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I only half like you.
Yeah, I mean, that's more than I like you, so you know.
Oh, wow.
Love you, buddy.
Nice. Wow.
Nice.
Infighting
of my company. I love it.
I quit, Mr. One Man Show.
Bro, Cars reference.
And my name is not Chuck.
I didn't catch that one, but I know it now.
Bro.
But yeah.
Incredible. All right, so Vinny, our origins are as a video company. We are video people. That is still a majority of what we do. Mm-hmm. So, top 3 movies, yours.
Top 3, bro. This is.
They don't have to be in order.
I was not expecting this.
You edit these videos. You should have.
Top 3 movies, bro. That's so hard. There's so many good movies. There's so many good ones that I'm very bad at picking favorites, but
first 3 that come to mind, baby.
First 3 that come to mind. I mean, the first 2 that come to mind are half on the wall. So
But I mean, if they're one of your favorites, then
they are. I mean, Ferris
count.
Bueller's Day Off is is insane. How
gas
amazing that movie is.
Yeah.
Iconic. when I watched that movie for the first time, like, I watched it after I had known Dalton for a couple years, and I was like, oh, like, I think I get Dalton more now. Like, a solid part of your philosophy is definitely in that movie. And so it was a cool experience to watch it and be like, I get my friend more now.
Life moves pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, you know what? We're not here forever. Sometimes you just got to look at it and be like, today's too nice to sit here and work.
That's so real. Another one, I mean, I wouldn't say like a movie in particular, but I do just love the character Spider-Man and just the Spider-Man movies in general.
What's the best one?
Yeah, who's the best
which one is
Spider-Man?
the best? Is that where this, like, instead of movie, just like which one's the best?
Yeah.
Which Spider-Man? Yeah.
Man.
Because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there is a right answer.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I get your opinion
No,
first?
you
answer
first. Input?
Yeah, I'm not gonna sway. Yeah,
you answer first.
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you if you're right or wrong.
I grew up with like almost. I grew up with all of them pretty much.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
2004.
Okay, so I mean,
that's when like Spider-Man 2 came out, and so like we had it on DVD as a kid, and so like I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was younger. But my parents would watch it, and I would literally like sneak out in the kitchen and hide and watch it with them. It was pretty crazy. Spider-Man 2, amazing film. Yeah. But low-key, I do like all three of them. I do. Like, I love them all. Toby is still just,
he's the GOAT.
Toby. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he's the one.
Correct answer.
For sure. That is the right answer.
Correct.
Yes!
Good
is that
job.
for all three of you, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
Opinion?
100%.
Yeah.
Good. I think we're all like, we all have class here.
Yeah, for sure.
Of
for
course,
sure.
of course. Word. Well, you got one more.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yes!
Scott Pilgrim.
Yes!
So good!
Yes!
One of the funniest movies, like,
That's one of my
period.
top 3 as well.
So funny.
And it's so
good.
Don't you have that hanging on the wall?
Criminally underrated. Yeah, it's on the wall in my room in my apartment. Like, criminally underrated.
Like, I mean, like, Scott's kind of like an idiot.
But like
That's the point.
Yeah, that's
the whole point. Like, people who like on the internet like talk crap about Scott Pilgrim just because like he's a horrible person just don't get it.
Right.
Like, that's the whole point.
I've never seen a story where a character's his arc is that he values himself so little that he thinks he's incapable of hurting other people, and so he's blind to that he hurts other people. And so it's so weird because in learning to value himself, he realizes, oh, I'm kind of a jerk. Like, yes. I need to fix that.
He learned the power of self-respect.
Yes, that's so cool. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's such a good, rare lesson.
I need to watch this movie, don't
I? Yes, you do.
Oh, so
you
good.
Absolutely do.
Word. All right. Well, now that we have that out of the way, give us your favorite story, Vinny. Favorite story, favorite project from your time here at NCA.
Ooh. Oh, man, I haven't thought about this either.
This right now. This adventure.
Yes, right here. This is it. This is my favorite.
No, cheating.
My favorite, it had to be helping record the behind the scenes for the music video awards video that we
no. Vinny, you silly goose. That's what we were supposed to be doing today, but then the weather decided to be bad.
We had a great video planned with some great people. We had an artist that had custom made us a song for this challenge. Cooked it up. Had another.
Are we allowed to say who these people are? Or are we
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm making the people wait.
Oh, Vinny, bleep out when I said the name.
Did you?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think you did.
Oh well. Anyway, so I had another big director friend of mine that has some pretty high level music videos. And this artist had made a song, and the idea was we were going to get together and both make a video to the same song after hearing it for the first time, with an extreme time constraint, like 4 hours or something like that. And the artist was going to watch the two videos and decide which one was the best, and that was going to be the one that released as the official music video. It was going to be pretty gas. I've had the idea in my head.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is we've talked about this for.
I've had this
a
idea
long
for
time.
like 2 or 3 years in my
so
head.
It's going to be really cool to see it finally.
And I can't fully claim the idea anymore because even though I had the idea forever, Jacob Owens with the Buff Nerds incredible production company. They've done some killer videos for Kyle, Futuristic, and a lot of different artists. They're really dope guys. They have a bunch of production studios that they've built out in like Arizona and like LA, that whole area. Killer team. But they actually rolled out, I think it's on Netflix, but an actual TV show with that premise, except theirs is like, there's bigger budgets and there's like a 24-hour turnaround. I mean, I think there's some funding behind it. And, you know, all respect goes to them because, honestly, I may have had the idea forever, but the idea is nothing without execution. And
that's real.
I can claim all I want that I had the idea first, but, like, they did it first, so that's theirs. But, yeah, all that to say, dude, if you got an idea, do it before someone else does.
That's real.
But, yeah, no, they're
also
killing
though, and this isn't counter that, I don't think. But, like, don't be afraid to pursue your idea, even if you feel like parts of it has already been played out.
Yep.
Because there's no such thing as an entirely original idea. Everything is a remix of other things.
Literally.
So.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, coming soon sometime.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Hopefully sometime this year. Hopefully, like, next month, but I don't want to, like, put a date on that on the pod, you know, and just in case it gets pushed back.
Well, yeah, especially since, you know, whenever this comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
No telling.
Who knows?
No telling.
We don't.
All up to me.
we don't have any podcasts in the clip right now. So
yeah,
this one is probably coming out.
Brother.
This one's probably coming out like in like 3 or 4 days.
Man, this is gonna be cool because I might actually remember things that.
Yeah.
Do you listen? You don't listen to the podcast.
I do.
They come out. You do? I didn't think you did.
Do you?
Yes, I always do. Because part of me always forgets things that are said. And
so
I
you
really
go back and you're like, you enjoy it again?
Yeah, it's fun. But then I also really enjoy moments where I'm listening to the podcast and then I'm thinking of something, like in response to something someone said. And then the version of me on the podcast says it. I'm like, oh, good. It's good to know I'm a consistent human being. You know? It's like, my thoughts are still the same.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's a thing that will be happening. We kind of, I mean, we're looking at February, right? Well, no, we're beginning of March now.
Yes.
Yep.
And
we're looking back at February for all our mistakes.
I moved in October.
Was it that long ago that you've lived here?
And we've literally had so many podcasts in the clip that we have not filmed an episode since October.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were just letting them kind of go out. And,
I just realized that too, and I edit them.
Yeah.
So
this is the first time we're recording since October, which feels good. Feels good to be back here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe we'll get a semblance of a consistent schedule. We've been doing okay on
solid.
consistency here. Maybe we'll keep it.
2024 has actually been going pretty smooth with the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. But yeah.
Do you think? I think that's one of the most consistent problems that creative people have, is like consistently doing anything. Like you just kind of want to do things when you're feeling the spark of creativity. So if the spark's not as much there, it's harder to like be consistent about it.
I'm learning more and more about that as time goes on. So one of the big things I've started this year is trying to figure out a couple things. The efficiency of the company, how to run it better and maintain things, and set up systems so that, because the structure kind of goes, we do stuff on socials, but the second we get busy with client work, dead socials, because we're working on making the client happy. Yeah. But I'm putting in certain systems, certain things, so that no matter where things go with a client, it's always being taken care of. In fact, that was honestly the sole reason that I hired Vinny. Because my idea was, I don't want to give him a ton of client work. I want to give him easy internal edits and things like that, so that you and I can be pulling all-nighters on client work, and he is on his schedule, freed up, handling little things and then our content. And I mean, it is, ever since we've started like a proper schedule and, you know, our monthly meetings and things like that, I mean, we really haven't gone just dry since the start of the year, which has been really solid.
Yeah. Even through sickness.
This man had a Rona and was still cooking.
Whoa. Just a little.
Just
Got over it quick.
A little Rona.
Just a tiny little bit.
But dude, this man Vinny has been killing it lately. with this structure.
What a guy.
And I want to say something real quick, and then
if he was here, he'd be like really humble and chill about it. Like,
oh, for sure. So I've been figuring out a lot of like these systems, and like you said, as creatives, we kind of want to do this thing where we only run when we're motivated to, and so, and I have relatively severe case of ADHD myself, which is that like times 5. I have to use those same structures to get the dishes done and get a room clean. This podcast room has been a junk room for like
yes, it has
since I moved in.
Right.
And only until I came here.
I had to like
I
had to put a deadline on an event and procrastinate till the night before and stay up super late the night before to get it where it needed to be. So learning how to utilize that to your advantage is always good. But yeah, I've been trying to have these systems in place to where when the motivation and the inspiration hits, my brain has as much room as it needs to run wild until it runs out. And it's done in such a strategic way that I can utilize that until it happens again. So it's able to appear to the general public consistent, even if in my creative ADHD mind, it's a little bit here, a little bit there. So that's what I've been working on.
That's good.
But in terms of company socials, things that we've been rolling out, Vinny, round of applause for this video that we dropped last week. Absolutely
at the time of recording.
Killer.
Yes.
So we had our drone pilot Brad come over and talk about FPV drones
Shout
a
out
little
Brad.
bit. Brad is killer. We're gonna have Brad on the pod soon too, and it's gonna be so fun because he's
cool guy.
I've gotten to learn about his story, and it is so interesting. And so we had him come talk about drones, and we've been trying to learn. I've been at least studying the YouTube algorithm. Learning about how things work, what works, what doesn't. And I've been doing that for probably the last year or so. And this year when we started pushing these
I'm
videos
just picturing
out,
you like in the Himalayas, like Batman Begins style, like learning the
Traveling on a
algorithm,
journey,
like just
finding
on your
the ancient
computer.
scrolls.
Exactly.
it's really what I do. And this is, I'll put this out there just so somebody else could steal the idea and get better at whatever it is they do. Every night when I go to take a shower, I take like stupid long showers for no reason because that's like the end of the day where I just like decompress my thoughts for the day. I will just sit in there under warm water just thinking for like 15, 20 minutes and like probably longer than that sometimes. But what I do is I try and utilize that time because that's when like the ideas hit me for stuff. Like I get most inspired in the shower. And so I'll get in there and I'll go find like YouTube videos. I'll like, I'll hop in the shower, I'll set my phone up on the windowsill and I'll be like, 10 sales methods for video production companies or, here's why your video isn't getting views. That's my like study time.
Here's why you're gonna die alone.
And so
sorry, those are the ones I look at.
That's my study
Same,
time.
low-key.
And so I write down all my stuff, and then the next morning when I wake up, I start to put it into action. So yeah, I mean, steal that method. But yeah, I've been learning a lot about thumbnails, algorithm, posting time, things like that. And so with our new videos, I was like, you know what, we're gonna put this video out. It's our first one as a channel that I've been really like proud of. The other ones have felt like we're kind of just putting out old footage just to put something out. This is the first one that was like shot, edited, B-roll. There was a plan. It was the first one I was proud of. And Vinny edited it, did all the B-roll, all the stuff, strategized everything.
He done did that.
He did the thing. And another thing too, just to give you some props here, Vinny is not. I mean, he is now, but Vinny was not an editor.
I was not Mr. Editor.
He was not. He wasn't really in anything creative aside from the occasional YouTube videos back in the day. And stuff like that.
I wanted to when I was younger. I wanted to like do YouTube videos and like edit them and stuff. But like the computer and the hardware that I had was just terrible.
Yeah.
So it's like there was no way for me to learn until like.
Yeah.
Until like I gave up the interest.
And so I mean, for you to be doing all this stuff, having not touched Photoshop or Premiere before a year ago is mad impressive. Mad growth has been had. But yeah, it's we did that whole video. We put it out. I think the only involvement I really had in that video was I think I did the thumbnail, and like that was it.
You gave me a lot of revisions.
I do.
He goes over all the videos.
I do give a lot of revisions.
Mr. Revisioner.
I do have to say real quick, this was a while ago, but there was one time I sent you a video and you sent me revisions, and I knew that you hadn't watched the video yet because your revisions were things I had already done.
Wait, what?
And I was like,
really?
I got you covered. You were like, yeah, throw a color grade over this part. And I was like, I did. And you went, oh, sorry, I didn't see that. I was like, oh, so you didn't watch the video then? Yes.
Wow.
You just gave me your bog standard, like, I'm sure it's in this condition, so I need him to get it to this condition. But I had already done that.
I remember that. I was trying to, like, skip a few of the steps because we were kind of rushed on a deadline. And I was like, instead of reviewing it and then color grade, I was like, just do it all. Just get it all there. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, already done. And I was like, oh!
But yeah, that was a fun moment to be like, he hasn't watched this freaking video, and he's sending me notes on this. It was all in the name of productivity, though.
But yeah, no. So we took this drone video, we put it out, and did the tags up, did the thumbnail up. Video itself is an intriguing video, boom, boom, boom. And within 3 days of it being out, it cracked 1,000 views, which
yes, sir.
Might not sound like a lot, but every other video we have on our channel, pretty much,
every other video.
Yeah, like every video since the rebrand has been no more than like 35 views. It's like 25 to 35. The only thing we ever had on the channel that was past that was we had a church recap that like a church page shared, which had a lot of views on it, which is like maybe 300 or 400. And then like a video that we did for Michael and the Dude Perfect tour, which was like, it says Dude Perfect in the title. People are going to click it, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like that was it. And then this video within 3 days wiped that one out. And honestly, like it was a really good video, but it was like one of our first videos of this style. So like the next ones are going to be better and better and better. Specifically, we have one in the clip.
I'm excited.
That slaps harder than the one that's doing well on YouTube right now. So much better.
What is it?
Oh, you'll find out.
Obviously, you can't tell them, but I feel like I probably know, and I don't remember.
It's a banger. It has to do with it's a gear review, we'll say.
Yeah.
For a very unique piece of gear that
Cha-ching.
That someone in our team has built.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that.
Okay, gotcha.
Which will probably come out.
I didn't know that existed, but I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But anyway, so, I can only see that video doing significantly better.
Hopefully.
Yes.
And so, yeah, dude, I'm excited for what we've got going. I finally, for the first time, like ever, feel like I can almost entirely take my hands off of every single interaction that goes on. Like used to, I felt like every interaction, every video, everything, I have to have at least my hand partially on it. Now it's getting to a point where I feel like my hands are off. I could go on vacation. He could send me a link and say, yo, review this. I could be like, check, 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 boom, done. And my hands could be off it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, with any business, that's kind of the goal. And so we're finally getting to a point where I'm able to do more, I feel like.
Yeah, I have a thought. I have a question. Yeah.
Hit us with it.
All right, Vinny. Obviously you've been stepping into this sort of creative realm and field. What are your aspirations? Where do you want to go from here?
Ooh.
What do you want your career and your life to look like?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good.
It's okay if you don't know. I mean, I'm just curious. Personally, just as your friend. We're friends, right?
Frenemies.
I'll take frenemies. Never underestimate a good frenemy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, we're friends. We're friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Boom,
we just fist bumped for
Bump
those
it.
listening.
Yeah. Man, I'm at the moment I'm just, seeing where this is going and seeing hopefully this at least grows. And obviously, I just right now I'm just playing it by ear and seeing what happens.
Fair. Just happy to be out of Subway.
Happy to be out of Subway.
For sure, man.
I have dreams and aspirations that involve Vinny.
Man, too bad no one cares.
But
no, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna have a different episode where we talk about that because
Ooh.
we've got some stuff to go over.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
But
I'm getting fired. I knew it.
Yes.
I knew when Vinny
That's my dream.
When Vinny came in, I knew I was out.
that's the aspiration.
Oh, my dreams have come true.
Anyways,
I've got dirt on you, Lewis.
another episode. That's for another episode. So yeah, no aspirations. You got anything crazy?
Like within the company or just
Life.
In life.
life? I mean, I do want to work at least some in ministry somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know when, I don't know where, but like, I would enjoy that.
Wife,
That's
children.
Oh, yeah, I mean
I'm just
obviously,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. He's single, ladies.
Whoa, yeah.
Speaking
For those in West
Oh,
Virginia.
no.
Speaking of Vinny being single, there's a little story
wow.
that happened earlier that I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So-
I was
This was-
being
this
teased
was
with a
earlier
story
today.
before we started recording, and now
So-
here we go.
Not that big of a story.
There's this grocery store near my house. I go there at least probably every other day. I go there a lot just because like
You should get more stuff when you're there,
well,
like one time.
ADHD. I'll go. I'll spend a
You
lot.
wouldn't have to go
I'll
back.
spend a
Yeah.
lot of money, and then I'll get back there and I go to cook something, and I'm like, man, I forgot milk, or I forgot
Write it down
corn
when
dogs.
you
Yeah, we went there
realize-
today and got two things.
Yeah, I went there today to
Was
get
it-
coffee creamer and macaroni and cheese. So like,
Okay.
but anyway, so there's this one girl that like works there, probably about Vinny's age, and like I walk in and out of there all the time and never looks twice, which is perfectly fine and as it should be. I'm married. Anyways,
Yes.
I walk in there and I'm at the self checkout. She's like a few rows down. She's like one of the employees, and she just keeps looking. I was like, is there a stain on my shirt? Like what?
Yeah.
It's like, why is this girl staring at me? And then I realized Vinny is standing beside me, and Vinny is not.
Uh-oh.
Vinny is not normally with me. And I was like, oh. And then when I started to walk off, he trailed behind me a little bit, and she kept looking at, and I was like,
Uh-oh.
and as soon as we walked inside, I was like, Vinny, you saw that? He's like, I definitely saw that.
Hey, my boy.
And I was like, Vinny, we're going back to the store tomorrow. And I told him instead of going to the self checkout, we need to go through like her line.
Of course.
And
Yeah, bro cooked me going to the self checkout.
And then
You went to the self checkout after all that?
well, this happened while we were at
Yeah.
the self checkout.
No, you go back. You get a stick of gum.
Bro.
You do something.
But
the missed
but I was
opportunity.
like, dude, what you got to do? All right, this is all right. Dare I say the word Riz? I hate it, but
Chat? Is this Riz?
No.
Bro, I had to say it. I had to say it.
Stop.
dare
I
I
had
say
to.
the word? All right, here is the play. And
Okay.
this initial play came from the old homie Elias. All right,
Oh, wow.
an initial play.
R.I.P.
All right, Pete.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
He's not in my immediate field of vision, so therefore, you know.
Well, I mean, you weren't either.
No. Well, then I died.
So the old Elias move was asking for Snapchat. Like if you see a girl, you ask for Snapchat. That I don't know why that went up.
How crazy would that be if that was Elias calling?
So the asking for a Snapchat, right? As an adult over the age of 18, that's just a goofy move, in my opinion. It
Interesting.
either conveys the wrong intentions or it's just kind of childish.
I don't know.
Most people I know would generally agree with that. I feel like the mature thing to do, if you're trying to be intentional or whatever, would be like, hey, let me get your phone number. But that could kind of be
That's a lot more mature right there, baby.
That can be a little more awkward. It feels a lot bigger of a deal, to ask for the phone number. You got to muster up the courage to do it. And so the Elias approach was the email. He would be like, yo,
Did he
yo,
really
yo.
do? I had no idea he did this.
He was a joke he consistently made. I think he said he did it at least a couple times and it worked.
Wow.
But it'd be like, yo, hey, you're trying to give me your email? I'm trying to hit you up later, you look good. Like, I just wanted to get your email so I could, like, talk to you. And, like, that's such an outlandish thing.
So funny.
It's like the double whammy of, like, you establish you're trying to, establish communication, but it's not like the normal, right? It's different. Nobody else does it. And also, it's so off guard. Like, even if you're off the market, whatever, that's like a story you tell people. Like, yo, this dude came through my checkout line and asked for my email, bro. Like, that's just wild. So I was like, bro, just go back to the store tomorrow and be like, yo, just ask for the email, Slam dunk.
I am not asking for the email, by the way.
Yeah,
Slam
for
dunk.
For sure.
I'm not Vice.
That's
one thing for certain.
I feel so. I have some. I don't know if this is advice to give, but this is my version of that for those of us in our profession, specifically camera work. And I felt like an idiot how long it took me to realize that this would work. You're at an event, you're filming or you're photographing, whatever. You see yourself.
Okay.
A pretty young lady.
Ooh.
Then this happened to me accidentally. This girl was like, "Hey, can you take a picture of me and my friend?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Yeah, sure," and I did that. And then I was like, "Oh, like how do I get this like picture to you?" Phone number right there, and it happened.
Such a big
It
brain.
happened, and I was like,
Happened so.
"How have I
fluidly.
never tried this before? Like I'm an idiot. How has this never worked before?"
Zero brain cells.
So anyway, for those in our line of work, and for those not, get in our line of work.
Neuron activation. Light bulb.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
there you go. There's Charlie's little bit of, hey, you should try this.
So I want to talk about this, and I want to hear if you have similar experiences.
Okay.
And this eventually will lead to a very iconic story.
Uh-oh.
Do I know this
Is this regarding
iconic
me?
story?
You were a part of the story.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, there's such a thing. I would, what do I call it? So
What
there's
do
a
you
thing.
call it?
There's a thing that I would call camera riz. All right,
Okay.
it's a thing. I think it really goes for any kind of uniform. I think it's the same type thing as like girls that are into like cops or firefighters or military
Like
guys
there
or
are
whatever.
girls who are into camera stuff.
No, just like anybody that's like doing a job.
Uh-huh.
Like
Okay.
Subway Riz?
Okay.
Like, yeah. So like, I'll put it this way: Dalton as a person, not that attractive or appealing to women as a whole.
I disagree.
Which
but
all right. Which again is fine. I'm glad that I don't look good enough that I just go to the grocery store and like get hit on. Like, I have friends of mine.
Yeah. Every night I say a prayer of gratitude for that one.
No,
Let me tell you.
for real. Like, I have friends that like they'll go to the mall and they literally will get hit on like 2 or 3 times just while they're there trying to mind their own business. Which like, I'm so glad that I'm ugly. Like, or at least
whoa.
mid-tier, right? I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, you're
But
not ugly.
every single time, pretty much like minus my wife, like the only time I've ever gotten hit on ever or flirted with, whatever, I've had a camera in my hand or I've had like a work shirt on, like if it's like for a ministry, I've got like the ministry shirt on or
Okay.
like a nerd creative shirt or something like that. Every time, that's what it is. Like Dalton as the human person does not get hit on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who
wants
they are.
Peter Parker.
No, yeah,
They
exactly.
want Spider-Man.
They
Yeah.
want
Exactly.
Spider-Man.
No one wants Dalton, but
They want Dalton the
They
nerd.
want-
I would
Dalton
gladly
the
take
nerd.
Peter Parker.
they want Dalton
Mary
the
Jane
nerd.
wants Peter Parker.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
so
why they're true love. Anyway.
I literally like. There's probably been 20 instances when I'm on shoots and I've gotten flirted with, but it's like nobody cares who I am without the camera.
No one cares. No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah.
like literally, and so it's hilarious. It's definitely reduced as I've gotten older. I definitely think the like shooting with a camera, the wedding ring is very visible, which has cut down on like the flirting by like 82%, which is great because
Nice.
honestly, getting flirted with is really awkward
Thank
and uncomfortable.
God.
Awkward.
That's so. I'm so glad that's the thing. But yeah, no, I hate
Good thing
it.
we don't have wedding rings on.
I mean,
I just really
kind of do. but not the same.
If I could choose to never get hit on in my life, I would. That's just an awkward experience.
Because you're married.
But no, even before that, it's just an awkward experience.
I guess that is true.
I can't take compliments.
It's never, yeah.
I can't take compliments, but
What's funny is obviously not along those lines, but of a similar principle, I find, like the inverse of, I become way cooler when I have a camera.
Oh,
when I'm
yeah.
doing a gig.
Oh,
I'm way
yeah.
more charismatic. I'm way better at conversation.
The swagger in the walk.
And the only reason I can think of why that is just because I have the camera and I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing. I think it's probably psychologically you're doing the thing you love the most. And that becomes
Gives you
more
some
attractive.
confidence.
Yeah, it gives you confidence, and other people
Some
are obviously
riz.
more attracted to confidence and
Word.
things like
W
that.
Riz.
But
Well, it's almost that time. Before we wrap it up,
Yeah.
any other questions, comments, concerns, anything you wanted to tackle, Vinny?
Not really.
any controversies you want to address?
Controversies. Any of
Yeah.
my controversies or
you're
your
gonna apologize for that thing you did.
Which thing? Which one?
We know. We're gonna give you a chance to confess.
There's so many. I just can't think of the right one.
All right, we'll come back to
All right,
that.
it's
Okay.
belly button time.
It's
What?
belly
Wait.
button time.
Oh, this is it. This is the experience.
Yes.
I finally get
you've-
to experience
You've
it.
heard us ask everyone else, and now it's your turn.
All right.
Vinny, come on down. Ba-da-da-da-da. Anyway, okay, so Vinny,
Yes.
for those of us just joining, you obviously know this question already, but for anyone this is their first time on the podcast, welcome. We always end with the same question for our guests. Some have called it the most important question of all time.
Oh wow.
I think
Second most important, salvation. Come on.
Way to Jesus.
Amen,
Jude me,
brother.
bro.
Amen.
You can have salvation coming out your belly button. Who says you can't? Spoiler alert. Anyway, so question: if you could make anything come out of your belly button in a continuous, never-ending stream, what would you pick and why? You can pick anything. It doesn't have to be a physical substance. But whatever you pick, it will be the very best of, and it will never stop coming out of your belly button.
All right. I definitely remembered the question and didn't forget, and
Yeah.
I'm totally not glad that you reiterated it.
Right. Yeah.
Just for the people who
Yeah.
haven't heard, because
Yeah.
For the viewers.
Yeah.
For the folks at home.
I mean, the obvious answer would be money or something.
But
But,
you
that's
should
so-
know why we don't like that answer.
I mean, yeah, because we why?
He doesn't know why, Dalton. Does he really edit these?
Taxes, inflation. Hello.
Yeah, man. You're going
Oh.
to destroy the
Yeah,
economy.
you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, but they don't have to know.
I mean, but they will.
That is
They'll
hold
feel-
on. That's a genuine question I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What if you always say it's going to ruin the economy?
It
but
will.
What if you told no one and just had a barn and you
Because
just
the money's
slid
still
it-
going to be in circulation.
But what if you
I mean,
put
that's
it,
just like...
what if you
use
what
it
if
in
you put
spite.
it what if you put it in there and use little to none of it
Yeah,
to where
you could,
no one
you
noticed?
could probably live and die without having done too much damage.
Like-
but you
I
have,
guess basically
like-
a
like
unit
you have
Chick-fil-A hack.
added so much money into circulation. And that's just
like
how that's gonna
Walter
happen.
Walter White pre-car wash.
Yo.
What do you mean Walter White pre-car wash?
He has all of this money and he's
Right.
not publicly using it. You can't
Right,
really
he's not
see.
printing it though. He's not
But-
making it. He's making it because ayo.
Hey,
but
someone cooked here.
Yeah.
but
He's getting paid. Gus Fring's nice clean money, or other people's money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's the same. For a little economic history here. World War. Germany has just recently finally paid off their World War I debts. And what they did is after the World Wars, they just started printing mass amounts of money to try to pay off their debts. But then you'll see people with wheelbarrows of cash to go to the grocery store. Because then that money is worthless. It's just the same principle of if you have a lot of something, it becomes less valuable. If everyone
Fair.
has $1 million, then the price of bread is going to go up a lot.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
then anybody could come in and buy out a grocery store.
that's true.
So I mean that's
Fair.
when we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Little economic lesson for the boys and girls at home.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
what we're talking about.
So back to the question.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I wanna,
Also, money's a boring answer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to think this through. Like, it would have to be something useful, something that has a use. That's not just there. Like, at first I was like, bro, what if I just had ketchup just come out of my belly button? That would be so funny.
I mean, you know,
But like,
it's a good party trick.
I do like ketchup. You know what I'm saying? But like, it would kind of be weird. Just like a red. Just yeah. But anyways. I mean, so it would have to be something useful, something that I could probably, like, sell and get some money with it, you know? So, like, what would be something useful that could come out of my belly button?
Something that would not get your funny up?
What?
What?
It would get your money up, not your funny up.
Oh. Okay.
Back to you, Vinny.
What? Man.
Vinny, edit that out.
I'm editing that one out. It's gone. Never existed in the first place. Get your funny up is crazy. What do you mean funny? It's like, bro,
Don't need to get his funny up because that joke was terrible. Boom, crash.
What if I had like a full copy of the Bible come out of my belly button?
You were not the first person to say this to me, by the way.
Really?
Yes. But I mean, that's
Was
cool.
this on the podcast?
On the podcast, yes.
Someone else has said it?
So a friend of mine said this off the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And they said, I'd want the Bible printed in other languages. And I was like,
Ooh.
whatever. You Jesus juked me. Here's how I'm going to get you back, though. You're printing it one page at a time.
One page at a time?
Yeah.
No!
And go, yeah.
That's terrible. Why can't it be the whole book?
There's got to be some suffering, man. This question is all about finding the suffering in gifts, but also finding, you know, the joy in a curse.
I feel like the odor of marijuana would be really funny because everyone you would be around would just be constantly high, and you would probably grow immunity.
But it
to
would.
it yourself.
I mean, it would have to be the smoke, obviously.
Well, yeah.
That's a valid answer.
I don't know how
Meth.
I don't know how weed works.
I mean, look, I'm pretty confident that if someone just had rolled up weed that wasn't burnt. Like, I'm pretty sure you're not going to get high from being in the same room as that.
You just have, like, green lint falling
And I
out
say
of your belly
pretty sure because, like you, I don't know that for certain.
I mean, like, a really smart one that someone else said was, like, just, like, perfume. Like, really expensive perfume.
Essential oils.
Who said that one?
Someone did.
I remember Swayze said love, which I thought was a fun.
Love? How does love come out of your belly button?
It doesn't have to... I don't know, man.
Okay.
Those around you will love you. You know,
Yeah, like I could, if it was really expensive perfume or something that make me smell good, I could also stick a bottle in my belly button.
I mean, would it be cologne at that point?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, cologne.
I mean, unless you want perfume.
Cologne probably, and then like I would sell the cologne, make some money off of it. It'd have to be like the best. Like it'd have to be the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean that's part of the question for sure, baked in.
Best cologne.
Okay.
Make me smell good, sell it, make others smell good.
Good cologne.
It would just, really good.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Nerds with a Creative Podcast, the only podcast shadier than Saul Goodman. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.